I think we can all agree that money is one of the most important things in our lives. From being able to buy the things that we want, like cars, clothes, or a nice place to live, to being able to experience new things like traveling to another country. Money makes our lives easier and more enjoyable, but just having savings isn't enough. In today's world, where inflation is always a concern, if you just keep your money in a savings account with a bank, its value will slowly decrease over time due to interest rate changes and economic factors. So you have to be smart about how you manage your finances and grow your wealth. And this is where real estate investing comes into play. But before we dive into that, let's take a step back and answer a very basic question. What is real estate investing? Real estate investing, simply put, is the process of buying, managing, and hopefully making money from properties. This could mean purchasing a home to rent out to tenants or buying vacant land to sell at a profit later on. It's an excellent way to build wealth and generate passive income. And many people from different backgrounds and with varying levels of experience are now getting into it. But of course, real estate investing is not without risks. In this beginner's guide, we will talk about the benefits and risks so you can decide if it's right for you. Let's get started. There are several types of real estate investing, and each has its own unique advantages. The first type is becoming a landlord by purchasing a property to rent out. When you invest in rental properties, you can earn money through rent payments while also building equity in the property. As you pay off your mortgage, your ownership stake in the property increases over time. You also benefit from any increase in the property value, which can be substantial in areas with high demand. However, being a landlord also comes with certain responsibilities. For example, you need to make sure the property is always habitable and safe for your tenants. This includes handling maintenance requests, making repairs, and ensuring that the property complies with housing laws and regulations. Additionally, you will need to find reliable tenants who will pay rent on time and take good care of your property. The next type of real estate investing is flipping houses. House flipping involves buying a property, renovating it, and then selling it for a profit. This type of investing can be highly lucrative, but also risky as it requires a lot of expertise in construction and renovation. You need to have a good understanding of what it takes to renovate a property and bring it up to code, as well as the ability to find reliable contractors to do the work. You also need to have a good eye for design and be able to see the potential in a property. If done correctly, house flipping can be a great way to make money in real estate. Another type of real estate investing is commercial real estate. Commercial real estate refers to any property that is used for business purposes such as office buildings, retail spaces, warehouses, and land used for farming or industrial purposes. Investing in commercial real estate can provide investors with a steady stream of income through rent payments. It also tends to appreciate at a slower but more consistent rate than residential properties. However, investing in commercial real estate also comes with some challenges. For example, it typically requires a larger down payment than residential properties and also often involves more complex transactions. The fourth type of real estate investing is through REITs, which stands for Real Estate Investment Trusts. A REIT is a company that invests in real estate and pays out the income it earns to shareholders. REITs can invest in various types of properties, such as shopping malls, office buildings, hotels, and residential properties. By investing in a REIT, you can gain exposure to the real estate market without having to purchase or manage a physical property. REITs can provide investors with a steady stream of income through dividend payments and also offer diversification benefits. So these are the four main types of real estate investing. Each has its own pros and cons, and it's important to do your research and choose the one that best suits your needs and risk tolerance. Now that we've covered the types of real estate investing, let's talk about the benefits. First, cash flow. One of the biggest benefits of real estate investing is the potential to generate cash flow. Rental properties can provide a steady stream of income, which can help you cover your mortgage payments, property taxes, and other expenses related to the property. This can be especially beneficial for investors who are looking for a way to supplement their income or create a passive income stream. Second, appreciation. Another major benefit of real estate investing is the potential for appreciation. As the value of the property increases over time, so does your investment. This means that you can potentially sell the property for a profit or refinance the property and borrow against the increased value. Third, tax perks. Real estate investing also comes with several tax perks that can help you reduce your tax liability. For example, you may be able to deduct expenses such as mortgage interest, property taxes, and depreciation from your rental income. This can result in significant tax savings, especially if you are a high-income earner. So these are just a few of the many benefits of real estate investing. It's important to note that these benefits may vary depending on a variety of factors, including the type of property you invest in, the location of the property, and the current market conditions. However, despite these benefits, it's also important to be aware of the risks involved in real estate investing. First, market crash. Just like any investment, the value of real estate can go down as well as up. Market crashes can happen due to a variety of factors, including changes in the economy, interest rates, or local market conditions. This can lead to a decrease in property values and make it difficult to sell your property for a profit. Second, bad tenants. If you are a landlord, one of the biggest risks you face is the possibility of having bad tenants. Bad tenants can cause a lot of problems for landlords, including late or non-payment of rent, property damage, and legal issues. It's important to screen your tenants carefully to reduce the risk of having a problem tenant. And third, debt. Real estate investing often involves taking on a lot of debt, whether it is through a mortgage or a loan to finance your purchase. If you take on too much debt, you may struggle to make your payments, which can lead to foreclosure or bankruptcy. It is important to borrow responsibly and only take on as much debt as you can comfortably afford to repay. So these are just a few of the risks to consider when investing in real estate. While real estate can be a great investment, it's important to be aware of these risks and take steps to mitigate them. If you're interested in starting to invest in real estate, here are a few simple steps to get you started. First, save up for a down payment. One of the most important things you will need to get started with real estate investing is a down payment. This is the initial payment you make when you purchase a property, and it is typically a percentage of the property's purchase price. The larger your down payment is, the smaller your mortgage will be, and the lower your monthly mortgage payments will be. It's important to save up enough for a down payment before you start shopping for properties. Second, research your market. Before you start investing in real estate, it's important to research the market in your area. This includes understanding the current market conditions, the average prices of homes in your area, and the rental rates for similar properties. This will help you make informed investment decisions and avoid making costly mistakes. Third, start small. When you're first starting out, it's important to start small. Don't try to invest in the most expensive property you can afford because it is not worth the risk. Instead, start with a more affordable property that you can comfortably afford to pay for. This will allow you to gain experience and build your portfolio without taking on too much risk. Lastly, get a real estate agent. A real estate agent can be a valuable resource when investing in real estate. They can help you find properties that meet your investment criteria, negotiate the best price for you, and help you navigate the closing process. It is important to find an agent that is experienced in working with investors and that you can trust. So these are just a few tips to help you get started with real estate investing. Remember to do your research, start small, and be patient. Investing in real estate can be a great way to build wealth and generate passive income. However, it's important to weigh the pros and cons carefully before making a decision. With careful planning and preparation, you can minimize these risks and make informed investment decisions. Thank you for watching.